Yeah, hello, welcome to this broadcast. At least the software tells me I'm live. As usual, I like a small confirmation from the chat that I'm indeed live, because sometimes it doesn't tell you the truth and says you're live, but you're not. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, I have to admit that currently in Germany we have terribly hot temperatures, and I feel like my brain melted down today. So let's see what we can do, and I think fitting to that, I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to play a little bit of 3-minute chess, and I'm playing some crazy openings. Yeah, play gambits and wild stuff and see what happens. Yeah, thanks for confirming that I'm live. Yeah, someone says that my book wasn't available in the US until July 31st. Yeah, maybe it is available now. I'm not totally sure. So we get Sicilian here. I don't need to do anything special to be crazy. Maybe I can take with the queen and see what happens here. Yeah, just develop here. Playing some IM here from Argentina. I have to be aware that it's 3 minutes. That's really important. I'm really playing 5 minutes all the time, and it can be irritating. Can we see an Evans gambit? I can try, but I would mostly play the King's gambit if he goes e4, e5. No opponents, so not sure if we get the Evans. Okay, I don't know. Something like knight d4 is what they normally do, and then play with f3 and so on. So let's get going. f3, g4 and so on. Just move stuff forward. f3, g4 next. Yeah, I don't know. That's rather slow what he's doing. Taking and g5, not sure. Let's go king b1. I think I have that time available. A nice little point is that if he goes d5, I have e5. Queen e5, bishop f4, trapping the queen. Just a neat little trick. So d5 is just bad here. Yeah, I'm a bit ahead on the clock. That's good. I think I'm going to go maybe knight g3 and then... Okay, it's an interesting move. Well, I don't want to take, so I'm retreating here. Giving him the open file, I think, is no good. So I'm taking now for g5. Yeah, my score with the Latvian gambit is not that bad. Yeah, I know. People somehow don't, they don't know how to play against it seems. So I'm just pushing my pawns forward and claim that I'm quicker here with my advance. Probably I'm right with that assumption. Wow, he takes it. Okay, I'm really close to playing f6 here. Okay, knight f4 for knight d5 maybe. All right, let's start with that. It should be good. So knight f4 or knight f5, g6. All looks rather dangerous. For him, I mean. Maybe just take a knight f5. Okay, b3. b3 is coming. It is coming. And not so clear what I do against it. Maybe that wasn't so great. b3 is dangerous. It's a bit weird, I know, but I really couldn't figure out something great. Oh, he's playing well. He's playing well. Ooh, not good at all. That doesn't look good. All of a sudden, his attack got so dangerous. What did I do wrong? I don't know. It looked very nice. There's a question if I'm planning to cover any games that I recently played in Poland on my channel. I do, but I couldn't yet really look at them properly in analysis. Didn't have the time. I'm really busy quite a bit with sending out copies of my book. I had this offer that people can offer the book, can order the book from me with a signature, and it was very popular. It was very popular, so that was quite a bit of work. Yeah, Rookie 3 is around the corner. I have no move. I have no move here. Wow. That's really amazing. I think I had a very good position, but it didn't work out. Probably taking on G7 was bad. Yeah, okay, let's resign here. Our time loss. Okay, that wasn't a good start, but I'm used to that. Yeah, so someone says I need to correct my green screen on the right. Yeah, not during the broadcast. Do I think that chess base is essential for players over 2,000 or even below? I don't know. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have, but it's not necessary, let's say. But once you get above that level, it's definitely useful to have a good database. So already we have a crazy position. He sacrificed a piece, and that's not a correct sacrifice, but it is somewhat tricky to play in blitz. I have some experience with it. So let's see, just d5 here, or no, I need to, or d6. I can go d6 here. There's nothing wrong with it really. Okay, takes with the pawn. Okay, bishop d6, or I can also just develop. That's probably a good idea. So yeah, he's out for knight c7. So let's get out of that. I'm not in huge trouble here on the light square, so king f7 is a playable move. And what I really have to do is I have to speed up. I am totally used to 5-minute chess. And here people can 3-minute chess, you can play any kind of nonsense and win on time. So I have to be aware that flagging is their main idea here, and not playing good chess. So have to be quick here. Let's see if I can get rid of that knight. Would be nice. So yeah, there's a question why I wrote a book, because it's not a good business decision. Yeah, it's not very lucrative to write a book, but I always, I mean, I'm a fan of chess books, always been, and for years I thought, okay, I really would like to have that experience to write one. So I just thought, let's do it, and I didn't think so much about yeah, considerations like how much money does it pay or whatever. I just wanted to have it done. And I think it was a good experience. It's not so likely that I'm writing a new book anytime soon, but it was a good experience. Okay, that's two pieces, and that will be enough. Okay, so next game. What happened to my bookshelf? Yeah, in the broadcast here, I'm using a green screen now, so we don't see the books anymore. In the preview video, you still have seen books, but not as many as before. The reason is that I have tidied up my bookshelf. I'm selling tons of books, and old opening books mostly. There's a question: do I plan to watch the upcoming movie Pawn Sacrifice? I'll think about it. Oh, I played the Chompowski. I didn't want to. I wanted to play crazy openings. That's not really crazy, but maybe we get a sharp position anyway with f4 later. Let's go for that. Oh, it's giving me the center here. That's nice. Let's push f4. Yeah, just boring openings is a funny suggestion for my channel. Yeah, that's my usual MO, play boring openings. Well, okay, boring is maybe a bit much. I'm still playing far more exciting openings than, let's say, my nemesis, Mr. Olegas, but still, I tend to be more on the solid side. Okay, let's activate that bishop. He might get in. No, I have knight f6 whenever he moves his knight there. It's an option at least. So their question: what is the last time I had a cigarette? That's a funny question. A real tobacco cigarette, that was November 2011. So been a while. I did the e-cigarette for a while, but also not for 2.5 years. So knight f4 looks good, right? Going towards the light squares. Yeah, funny opening challenge. 1 week trying to play like Olegas. I don't know if it is so fun to watch. Yeah, I haven't played him in a while, that's true. Maybe he's not playing that much at the moment, it seems. Yeah, my old Blitz games while smoking are legendary. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know, legendary is probably taking it a bit far, but they certainly are somewhat unique. It feels very weird nowadays to watch that and hear that. The constant lighting of new cigarettes. But yeah, I'm glad that this is behind me. Okay, so I jumped into e6 here with the knight. That looks interesting, but yeah, still difficult to play this position. So okay, he will. How is he playing? I don't get it. Let me take here. Does he really? Knight d7 maybe is the idea. Blackmer Dima Gambit. Do I have any tips for building an opening repertoire? I guess so, but it's a bit difficult in the context of this this show. I can try to answer specific questions like, yeah, what is a good line versus this and that, but it's difficult to do a general kind of opening, yeah, general opening advice. It's a question if my chess has changed after giving up smoking. I don't know. One clear difference is that you don't. Yeah, you don't leave the board as much for going to smoke. So that's a good thing, and your general fitness level certainly is better. But I'm not so sure. It should help, but I can't really say I recognize something very specific. Yeah, he just grabbed on b2. That's a greedy customer, that guy. But probably a good decision. I don't really know how to play here. It looks dangerous for me. Maybe queen over. No, my rook is hanging. Ooh. Yeah. He cannot take on e6 now because of that pin, but that's all a bit shaky. That pawn seems dangerous, but I don't really see how to support it properly. Queen e1 is knight d3. Not good. Yeah, it doesn't look good. What can I say? He's giving that check. Yeah, maybe that's even better than what I had thought. He's allowing that check here. Maybe it... Okay, knight f2, but he's got queen d1 as well. Yeah, anyway, I have to play a move. 9 seconds. Queen d1, I have rook e1. Queen takes h6 is mate, but that's unlikely to happen. Unfortunately, he saw that. Knight f2. He's got knight f2. Okay, that didn't work out. So off to the next game. Is The Killer Sicilian a good book despite being written by a man who doesn't even have a feeder rating? Yeah, it is a good book. Yeah, I think the author, he's a 2100 player. I mean, nowadays, if you have a good general chess education with that kind of level, it's okay. You can use engines, and if you're a very, very diligent worker, you can produce a very good book even at that level. So didn't start so well here. Come on, give me a new game here. I'm in the 3-minute pool. There's a question by Sibit. What is the webcam a PNG or something? I don't understand. Okay, I'm playing the Latvian against an FIDE master here from Finland. Yeah, so this is the Latvian, and this guy is playing one of the good lines against it, after which black just has a terrible position. It's easy to refute this opening, but people have not done that before in the streams. But this guy is playing one of the good lines, and I really have no idea, to be honest, how to even get something like a halfway playable position. At d5, it looks terrible. I can just take that, actually. Wow, what a bad opening. If you take d3, bishop d3, black is lost, yeah. Yeah, the Latvian is just a completely incorrect opening. It's absolutely not playable. Okay, so that's what I get for playing such rubbish. Yeah, I'm, like 2 pawns down for no compensation. That's great. What is this? He allows me to take on g2, but he's got knight f4 check. But I can take here, right? What's the big deal here? Okay, it's a check, but that's just a check. That's not so bad, actually. I mean, I'm a pawn down and everything, but it's not the end of the world. Really? Queen h5. Okay. Queen f4, what is he playing? Like knight c4 or something? A queen doesn't have many squares. Yeah, knight c4 probably. That is probably working. Yeah, where do I go with that bloody queen here? What a bad opening. Yeah, but okay, it's not lost. Yeah, it's just bad. So maybe we can still fight somehow. B4. That's a weird move. Okay, jump right in. So maybe here that's something to get developed quickly. Okay, moves that queen away. Isn't there some kind of tactic here? I mean, it looks kind of strange here for him. He's got bishop b2 in the mix. As strange as it looks, I don't really see anything great. It stays a bad position. I don't know. I have no move. It's just bad. So what is he doing now? Knight c4 or something? Tja, I don't really know what to play against that. Queen f5 or just bad. The worst thing is I'm not threatening anything. I mean, not in the slightest. Whoa, he took it. Okay, I mean I can take. I have to, huh? Play that position a pawn down. Cannot take there. Yeah, I'm just playing 2 pawns down here. And I have no time. That's great. Yeah, that really happens. If you play the Latvian and the other guy's not totally brain dead, then he just smashes you. Yeah, it's just 2 pawns and absolutely zero compensation. Knight d3, maybe I can irritate him a little bit there. With rook coming to e2 or something, not really. Can take here though. Okay, didn't play it well, but it's still sufficient. Got 5 seconds, that's bad. I cannot really pre-move completely. Wow, what is he doing here? Okay, maybe I can promote the a-pawn. Just got 3 seconds. Bloody! I should play rook a7. Huh? Okay, there was some chances actually. I go rook a7, but okay, all in all, this opening is just too bad. Yeah, it is just too bad. What can you do? The Latvian is just unplayable. As I said, if the opponent is not totally brain dead. Okay, so next game. It doesn't work out too well, right? I'm losing here. Oh, now I get a good opponent actually. Grandmaster Korotulev, that's a 2600 player. Let's do something with f4. Can I do something in the style of the how it is called, the Grand Prix attack? Yep, something like that. Yep, try to get this bishop to d7. Yeah, do you go f5 now, or is that too early? Might be too early. Yeah? I'm trying to get the queen over to h4. Okay. Okay, so starting out with quick pressure there on the queen side. Yeah, maybe I can take with the pawn. Is that too bad? Don't know. It doesn't look so bad. Let's put that on the side. That pawn is a bit under pressure, the c3 pawn, but I don't know. He cannot really increase the pressure that much. I don't think that this is bad. It looks kind of okay. And at least I'm not 2 pawns down, like in the Latvian, where you lose immediately. That's a big advantage in comparison. Is he going d4? Yeah, probably not. So nice attacking that pawn. Yeah, he's playing well. He's a really good player. He's a 2600 Grandmaster, so not your average GM even. So bishop d4 or something like that, or bishop h4. He's taking on a3. Let's go here and trade that. Okay, he's grabbing that pawn. Okay, I can go here and go from there. That's not enough compensation, but it's still kind of interesting. So how to go from here? My knight is not playing. That's really a problem. It should do something. But also this pawn is under constant pressure. Maybe this. Rook f4, knight h3 for knight g5. Okay, he's playing it better. Opening up the long diagonal there. He's just playing well. But that wasn't really necessary. But it's not a problem, of course. No mistake, I mean. Yeah, and that's the problem. So I cannot move my knight simply. Yeah, those pawns. Those pawns are a bit much. Not even threatening queen h7 here, unfortunately. But he's still reacting somehow to it. Yeah, I mean, it's just totally lost. So, check him here. It's not really. I mean, he can just take with the pawn, I think. Or is knight d6 a move? Okay, he's not playing that. Okay, my bishop is hanging, but okay, anyway. I'm not on the E file anymore. It's not really threatening anything. Rook e1 next, maybe. But as I said, it's not any serious threat going on. No, I wanted to play the knight there. Ah, stupid. That was a mouse slip, really. I'm not saying that it would have made any difference, but it would have been far more interesting, of course. Okay, check. There's no check, unfortunately. No. He played it well. He maybe allowed me some tricks, but it didn't really work out. Okay, so let's see. D4. What can I do against D4? That is kind of aggressive. Some Benoni maybe, or some King's Indian. It doesn't really work out. This idea of playing somewhat loose openings. Usually I don't do too badly there. So we've got a classical King's Indian here. F4. Well, why people don't play the main line? That's interesting, at least. Yeah, not the Budapest Gambit. That's just a totally rubbish opening. It's not even aggressive. Black just has a passive bad position. Or let's say so-and-so position. So let's try to confuse him a little bit. Cannot take due to knight f3 check. And, but why not h6 actually? Where would he have gone? On knight e3 was also possible. I'm playing badly here. Come on, let's play good chess, at least a little bit. So I can take here, or I can take there first. Let's take there. So I'm taking there. Knight d3 has knight f6. That's not good. So let's develop. Yeah, it's a good position, I think. There's a question, how long does it take to get good opponents in the 25-minute pool? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I hope it doesn't take so long. The mismatches there at the moment are a bit crazy. Okay, can I take here? I guess so. Yeah, but h6, where do you go? To e7, or what is the point? It's totally weird. Yeah, why is he not losing that bishop? Bishop e7. Not quite sure. I can take, also do this and bishop e3. Maybe that's the way to do it. Yeah, I guess so. So let's attack that bishop, and I don't know where is he going with that. To f6 I play rook f8. And then he's got knight e6. That's kind of crazy. Okay, let's keep it simple. Take a second pawn and go from there. Yeah, opposite colored bishops, but I have a good initiative there. So that looks pretty good. And now I can push my pawns. It's nice to have some extra pawns. I resigned. Okay, so let's go for the next game immediately. The Black Modima Gambit is suggested. I can try. It's not as bad as the Latvian. There's a question about my book. Why did I go with the BOGO? I'll answer that after this game. This is Grandmaster Sviat Izoria. That's also a 2-6 player. I'm trying the Black Modima Gambit against him, but it's not the kind of opening to beat 2,600 GMs with normally. But let's see. I don't know. It seems that he at least he's not dashing out moves immediately. I thought this is the way you play this with G4 and stuff. Maybe not. This move, I have no idea. It just feels like I'm a pawn down. Okay, here I'm threatening knight f7 at least. Playing for super cheap tricks. Yeah, I can take b7 now. Is that right? Let's take it. So maybe I should keep that pin in effect to keep him somewhat irritated there. Okay. Knight b8. No, that move. Okay, but I have queen c8 at the end. That maybe, I mean, okay, it wasn't intended, of course, but maybe it's still kind of interesting. Rook d7 checkmate is the threat. Maybe he can just take with the knight. Yeah, that's really probably true. I don't have anything here. That's unfortunate. It was fun that I had this idea at all. Maybe this move, I don't know. There's some kind of idea still. I can go king f7. It will hold. Amongst others, yeah, he probably has other moves. But king f7 looks pretty safe, actually. Maybe, yes, yeah, he has something brutal. For rook takes c2. Queen here. Yeah, okay, I have to do that, I guess, and see from here. Still that mate, queen c2. And he has knight d3 as well. Yeah, just not working. Just it's lost. He defended that well. Yeah, probably a couple of things win now. The simplest is still king f7. Yeah, I can resign. I don't even have a check. So that didn't work out. So So a question about that book. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm going with the BOGO in the book because it leads to dark squared strategies, while the Queen's Indian is a light squared opening, and it was the plan to have somewhat common themes in the book. So it was pretty much clear that I would go for the BOGO and not the Queen's Indian. That doesn't mean that the Queen's Indian is bad or anything. It's just totally fine, but it just didn't fit the general idea of that repertoire book. So playing Z Loco. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I'm always sitting in that strategically bad positions when I play those openings. It's sometimes it's a bit tiresome. And the thing is, if you play openings like those gambits, or I mean, the gambits are sometimes just objective rubbish. But if you play something like this here, like the Leningrad Dutch, it's really paramount that you know what you're doing. And I'm kind of inventing things as I go along, and sometimes that's simply not enough. So it takes, I can take with the knight. Yeah, maybe this is not so bad, but I'm not a huge fan of this position. Well, his rook there on e3, it looks nice, but also blocks that bishop. So I might be okay here, actually. I wonder if knight d4 is a move. Takes, bishop takes, and I'm sitting on f2. Queen e8 is a strange move. Yeah, it is the main line, so it's not. It's pretty established. I don't know if that was a good idea. Can I go bishop g4 here, or is that bad? Rook f7, bishop e2. Might be an idea, right? Yeah, sometimes someone is saying, I think sometimes you don't play the gambit in the gambit spirit. Yeah, that's nothing. This is sorry guys. The opening, some openings are rubbish. It's not about spirit or whatever. It's just total trash, and you're just worse. You can play whatever you want. If the other guy plays it well, you're going to get killed. This is, for example, happening with the Latvian. The Black Medina gambit is also total rubbish. Yeah, the Dutch is okay. But it's something that you also need to know well. It's a good opening if you specialize in it and invest some time. I'm not sure if it is a great idea to play the Dutch if you want a secondary opening or whatever. It's something that you really need to know to play well, because you take some strategic risk. This typical, the f pawn is simply moved very early on, and this means that you sometimes suffer from weaknesses and so on. So can I take on a2? Rook takes, rook d1, bishop f1, bishop c4. It's not so convincing. I think I should just go back here, but where? Yeah, maybe all the way. You cannot take b7 anyway for rook d1. What's a good opening that you don't need to know lots of sharp lines? Yeah, I mean, that's a very wide question. Let's say with white, with black, and so on. You can go for, especially if you are white, you can go for these system types approaches where you play basically the same thing regardless of what the other side is doing, like the London system or something like that. The drawback is it's normally not that exciting. I really recommend to stay within normal bounds of theoretical main lines. You can still vary a bit to make it yeah, to not play the total main line, but still play something that is kind of yeah, kind of established as being good. So what happens here? Oh, I wanted to go rook e7, which I cannot play. That's bad. I have to admit, I didn't look that much because of the time situation. I was thinking that probably I'm going to win on time. c3 or something. Yeah, okay. Don't have to be... just win on time is good. So, what do you think? Any question? Yeah, with black, yeah, playing something that is not so much theory. It depends on what kind of position you like. Oh, again, yeah, okay, let's play the Dutch again. For example, a relatively good opening, let's say against e4, if you want an idea that is relatively little in terms of knowledge. There are some lines in the Scandinavian defense that, for example, are pretty simple to play. Yeah, there are lines like, yeah, I think he has d6 now, right? Yeah. Yes, I know. I play that stuff myself, actually, sometimes. And this is a pretty rubbish position again. But okay, maybe I can fight. Yeah, the Scandinavian, for example, is not such a bad choice for the really in terms of, yeah, what do you need to know, and how good is it? It is a pretty good deal. What a bad position. Yeah, that's not really a... I really bungled up that opening here. How can I get some kind of position here? That's already very difficult. Knight f4. Jesus. Amazing. Yeah, as I said, you can play such a system kind of opening, but it won't. It's not very entertaining, and it's not the greatest learning tool, let's say. And some other openings you will definitely learn more. Wow, amazing. He's not even playing it the best possible way, but it is totally sufficient. Knight g6 check now is the threat. Totally in shambles, yeah. Again, knight g6. What a disaster. Okay, I won't do that ever again, this kind of openings. Have I read the book Bobby Fischer Revisited? I don't even know that. What is that? Is that a new book? I don't know it, sorry. Yeah, and I'm not that much interested in stuff about Fischer anymore. I mean, it is like the games, I don't know. I studied the games when I was a kid, all of them, really all. And I don't know if if it would, yeah. I mean, I don't know if a new book would add something to that. Yeah, great. Knight g6. Cannot move my bishop. It's almost impossible here to make a move. It's an amazingly bad position. Yeah. Anyway, what a rubbish position. Wow. What are my thoughts about Watson's Play the French 4th edition? I don't know. They are basically all good, those books. He always invests lots of effort, and it's they are well researched. So for French aficionados, you should probably get Watson's books. That's a weird position. That was from a French defense. That's a crazy position. That looks like a really good version of a King's Gambit. Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual. Yeah, that's the modern classic for endgame play. Really, every serious chess player has that book, I think. And I mean, it's really if you want a good endgame book that's on a high level, let's say, Dvoretsky's is basically the only one that you need. I always recommend this book by Jesus de Avila Garcia for somewhat simpler endgames, and if you want the complicated stuff, then you go with the endgame manual, and you will be fine. Don't need anything more. So, what is this? I'm ahead on the clock. That's the first thing to note. If I go knight h5, I'm close to threatening queen g6 after castling. Maybe I can get that in. But he has queen takes c4, unfortunately. So it's not a direct idea. Do I watch other people's streams? Nah, not that much. Simply due to lack of time. Not that they're bad or anything. It's just that I don't know when. Grandmaster Preparation Endgame book. Yeah, that's a good one by Agard, but that's very high level for let's say master players. If you don't feel confident, let's say, in basic endings, you should just get the De Avila book and are fine. So what about this? How do I get this going here? Let's play e5 and try to open it up. It's going there. I can take on f7. Or just knight takes f4 maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a simple solution. I could play the first board for Liechtenstein in the Olympiad. Yeah, maybe I could. I'm not sure what players they have. So that looks kind of nice. Let's cover that, and it's equal material actually. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Maybe, oops, sorry. Maybe here. Yeah, it's not, it's about equal, this position, I guess. He's still fairly solid. Is he planning f6? Maybe. Let's get the king near. No, that's the idea. Not very difficult, but I still didn't spot it. It's probably still equal, this position. Yeah, it's equal. Rook f2, rook e5, rook takes f7. It's got rook g5 or anything. I don't know. That's still a draw. So e6 or not. It's probably not the best possible way to go. Let's just play a normal move. I mean, rook f8 is something that you can play, of course, but it won't help you to win the game. So maybe win a little bit of space. It is still very drawish. This one. It's probably a draw here. Maybe I can go to e6 or something. Yeah, it's still a draw, quite clearly. It's yeah, it's hard to do something else. Checks me here. I'm slow here. What am I doing here? I was sick, but I was in pre-move mode. Yeah, I have to play more with pre-moves, kind of rusty here. So there's a question. Let's say, if I ever met German FIDE Master Steinbacher. That's some strange question. I actually have played this guy. I have played against Mr. Steinbacher and won the game in 2001 or 2002, I think, in a pretty important game. Oh wow! Now we get political questions. I am not quite sure if I should answer them. I still have a new game request out. I hope the stream is entertaining anyway, even though I'm not playing very well. In order for me to play a bit better, maybe we should do this stream much earlier. Yeah, I have an opinion on that question. It's about legalizing of yeah, what is the wheat? Yeah, I guess. There's a question. Do I play chess for a living? No, I don't. I'm far too bad for that, but I teach chess, and I think this is a different thing. And I write the books and stuff like that. I play against Dropstone, very high rated I am. Let's see, who is that? David Paravian. I don't know that guy. Oh, funny. So we got a fairly normal position at the end of it. Oh, he wants to win that pawn. What a greedy man. No, now he doesn't take it. But that makes Queen f6 look a little bit dubious in my book. So let's go h4, h5. No beating around the bush. Yeah, that pawn is a bit weak, but can't have it all. No, I never have played someone over the board where I thought he was cheating. Really, never. Not even close. So, well, that's a good move, huh? That is a good move. Bishop f5 is in the mix. Tja. Doesn't look good. Quite an awkward pin. Ooh. But okay, bishop f5 is something that I might be able to play as well. I will take with the rook. Funny. Funny move. I don't see a good reply to that, to be perfectly honest. Can just grab a pawn if he likes. Maybe he'll do that, but maybe rook d8 is just stronger. So getting back here. Yeah, now he can take f2 now at the end of that line. That's better. Yeah, very well played by my opponent. Very convincing way to continue that game. Yeah, the f pawn is very strong. Maybe I can get rook c7 in, but the problem is, even if I pick up those pawns, he will take the h pawn, and it's just a bit quicker. So not good. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that I played against someone who cheated. I don't think that it's impossible, but I really never had this strong notion that it is happening. Not really. Yeah. Okay. That's not going to work out. Let's get one more game. Try to finish on a high note. Yeah, there are many cheaters around nowadays. It's a very sad but very common subject nowadays, unfortunately. I really never played one. I mean, online, quite obviously, it happens quite a bit because it's so easy to do. But at least the very obvious cheaters are getting caught now quite reliably, I think. One issue, surprisingly enough, is, I think, with online cheating, is that I sometimes hear that people say, okay, this and that guy cheated against me, and then I ask them, okay, did you complain? Yeah, I mean, did you send that to the server so that they ban the guy? And then the answer is no. And I don't get that. I mean, they say, well, yeah, if he is banned, then there will be other people and so on, but you have to ban the people and make sure that they don't continue. And this is really essential. You have to ban them over and over again, and at one point they will stop what they're doing. Okay, so I'm going with this again, the Schliemann. This is actually a good opening in comparison to the Latvian. So let's see what Picasso is going to do here. Grandmaster Isoria. So I still cannot castle, which is a common problem, of course, of those openings where you move the f-pawn early on. But I'll try with a quick something quick to e6 here, bishop e6. Okay, I cannot just go bishop e6 because of my c7 pawn. Okay, he's playing very aggressively here, but understandable decision. Taking e4 is probably more than risky. So let's do that. Preparing bishop e6. I think I can take here with the queen. That shouldn't be so bad. The endgame is quite okay. I mean, not great, but maybe playable. I can take bishop e3. Might still be better for white. Here's a question. You're not allowed to swear here. Yeah, some words are definitely banned, so be a bit cautious there. So what now? Bishop to f7, probably. Yeah. b5 is very weakening, but maybe. I don't see how I get my things developed. Maybe this one. But bishop e6 is still not a move. Yeah, not easy to play this position. Bishop, yeah, I can check him here, then bishop e3. Yeah, but what else is there? I don't have any other square. Yeah, it seems crazy, but I have to do this. For bishop e6 next. Getting developed somehow. Wow, really? Why is that working? I don't get it. Maybe it's just I'm just too weak here. Queen g3 for attacking here and there. Okay. Okay. Maybe bishop e3 for queen g7 simply. Wow. Wow. Yeah, very well played. Yeah, he doesn't play so much online anymore, but this guy was one of the best online blitz players in the world some years ago. And I think it still shows. Yeah, I cannot cover g7 simply. Okay, have to kick that in. Okay, so is there any question in the last couple of lines there? I don't think so. There have been some deleted messages, so be cautious with your language. Okay, I still hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I didn't play it well. Okay, I hope you join next week where I'm returning to 5-minute chess and play a little bit more serious openings. Didn't work out too well this time. Okay guys, thanks for watching.